In the name of God, in this chapter, we explain about some details of evolutionary algorithm. What is an evolutionary algorithm? Uh, this page is the most important page of this lesson, especially this part. In this part, we can see all parts of evolutionary algorithm. An evolutionary algorithm contains some parts, some branch: representation, evaluation, population, parent selection, recombination, mutation, survivor selection, and termination. These parts are the most important parts of each evolutionary algorithm. And in this lesson, we repeat and repeat these parts in each section. What is a representation? Representation depends to the problem. Representation may be binary, it is a value or individual value. If the solution is binary value, or each gene is a binary value, as I said before, each solution contains or includes some gene or some parts. If each gene of each value is 0 or 1, it is binary. This is called binary representation. If it contains integers such as 1, 2, 3, it's called integer. And if each gene is a real value, for example 7.5 or 2.17, it is called a real value. Also, we have some special representation depend on the problem. So the representation is the representation of a solution. Evaluation is the fitness function. Fitness function get a solution, and it has an output that it is a measurement of quality of input. Fitness function or evaluation function is a function that gets a solution or an individual and provide the fitness or quality of solution. The more value of fitness function, the better solution. Population, a collection or a set of solution in each generation or in each loop of algorithm is named population. Parent selection. Each time we select parent, father or mother, such as married parent, and these two parents combine to each other and produce a new generation or children. The selection of parent is called parent selection. Recombination is combination of some gene of parent. Some gene of this parent recombine to this gene of this parent and produce an offspring or children. Mutation is a jumping in the some values of gene. Some gene change randomly, and it is called mutation. Survival selection. After we produce some offspring or children, and we have a population of parents, and we have a population of offspring or children, uh, all of this population, both parents and children, we apply survival selection to select a new generation or new individual for the next generation. It is called survival selection. Survival selection, it is such as some old person dead and young person survival and continue to their life. Sometimes we select some good parent or children for the next generation. It is a population of next generation. It is called survival selection. And termination. This loop repeat and repeat until we terminate or exit or quit from this loop. It is named termination because of some condition the loop of EA algorithm reached to end. There are some complicated problem that can solve uh, easily by EA, such as 8 queen, we refer in next page, or knapsack, uh, or some classic problems that we want to solve it. EC want to find global solution or global optimization. For example, we want to find the maximum of a function. For example, this function has a maximum. It is named global maximum, but it have some local maximum. Sometimes EA finds some of this maximum, and it is not desirable for us to find this solution. We want to find this solution. Or sometimes we want to find a minimum of, for example, an error. We want to find the minimum value of error. If it is a curve of error, we want to find the minimum value. This is a minimum value, and it is named as a global optima, global minimum, or global optima. Optima is the optimum or the best or the excellent solution. But sometimes I find this solution, it is not excellent solution. It is a local optima because it is good in compared to their neighborhood, not compared to this local. Or sometimes it is a local optima or local minimum. One of the most important problem in a EA, some cause that some reason that cause produce this solution. We want to away from this reason to produce this solution. This solution is called local optima, but it is a global optima. Global optima is the best solution, and it is the aim of each EA algorithm. But in most of the time, we can't find the global optima or the best solution, and we may produce a solution, a good solution, not excellent solution. It is named local optima. It is named local optima. It is named local optima or local minimum. But it is global or the best minimum. This page is the most important page of this lesson in all the section, and you must keep in mind that each EA algorithm contains these 8 parts: representation, evaluation, population, parent selection, recombination, mutation. Recombination is a crossover, we refer in the previous section. Recombination is called crossover. Survivor selection and termination. These parts you should keep in your mind. The population, this page have more explanation about the previous page. A population is the collection of individuals with a limited resource. It is such as a population of human. Competition. Competition is competition between each nature, creature, to survive in the world. In EA, competition exists for remain better solution and give away or diminish the worst solution. The fitness function evaluate the worst and the better individual. It is measure the quality. Individual have a seed or a location that there is a group of individual, and in each individual recombine or combine to each other and then mutate or change the gene value. The new individual or children evaluate and compete with each other to survive for the next generation, and we select next generation from parent and their children. EA is a copy of nature, and in this algorithm the generation of for the next years survived, but some old and some bad solution diminish. EA have a stochastic or randomly behavior, and it is very important that you must keep in your mind that the behavior of the combination, mutation, selection, and other operation in the EA is stochastic or random. For example, recombination, mutation. Also, we have diversity. Diversity is a diverse or change in the, for example, in the gene, in the solution, in the children, and selection may reduce the diversity, and it cause some problems such as local optima. It is a graph of EA loop. Initialization of population, First, we generate some random population. Then parent selection. We have selection of pair of each individual for the parent. Parents cross over to each other or recombine, then mutate, and offspring. Offspring is children. A child is produced. Then survival selection from the parents and the offspring select the next population of next generation, and this loop repeat and repeat until termination. When EA exit or reach to end, the best solution in the last population is or solution or the best solution. It is a pseudocode of this diagram. It have an initialization of population, evaluation or fitness function of population, and a repeat condition, and it is a termination condition, parent selection, recombination or crossover, mutation, and evaluate mutation to produce children, evaluate the children and their parents, and select for the next generation or survivor selection, or select the next population, and this repeat and repeat until the condition or end condition occurred. There are many types of EA, and depends on the representation or depend on the problem. We have many types of EA, such as binary string. It is a representation of binary, such as genetic algorithm or GA. GA is a representation for binary value. Real value have ES. ES, evolutionary strategy, is a method to solve a problem that each gene have a real value. Finite state machine and the list tree genetic EP and GP is two other types of EA that are not traditional today, and they are used for some special application, and these two types of EA are not popular, such as GA and ES. These two types of most popular of EA. And we have some strategies, some representation, some selection, some fitness, and many other types of different in the EA. We want to explain about these parts of EA. First of all, we want to explain about the representation. As I mentioned before, the representation is the format of represent each individual. As I said before, each solution contains some parts or some gene or some parts of solution. Each gene maybe have 0 or 1, it is named binary, or it may have 1, 2, 3, it is named integer, or it may have a real, each gene. Representation indicate each individual have how many parts, and each parts is a real integer or binary. This representation is called chromosome, or it's called individual. The collection of gene make a individual, or gene provide a solution. We can't decompose the, for example, human to reach the gene, but we, in the nature, the collection of gene provide a human. Chromosome contains gene. Each of this location is a gene, and each value, each position is lucky, and each value is allele. It's called allele. It is a idiom of medicine, and it is not necessary for you these medical idioms. Evaluation or fitness function. Evaluation or fitness function is a function that get a, for example, individual or chromosome and produce a quality of this chromosome. It is a grade of this chromosome. For example, if we have two solution or two chromosome x1 and x2, if the evaluation of x is, for example, 10 and x2 is 11, the fitness function indicate that x2 is better than x1. x2 is better than x1. It is a quality function. It is a measurement function that the better solution provide the higher fitness function. So it is very important to define this function properly. Population. Population is the collection or set of individual or set of solution. It produce randomly at the beginning, but in next generation or next of loop, it is provided by cerebral selection. One of the most important property of each population is the diversity. Diversity, the low value of diversity indicate that all of this solution is the same each other, but high diversity indicate that we have a collection of different individual or different solution. It is very important in each EA algorithm to keep the diversity high, to prevent decrease the diversity level, because when the diversity is low, all of the population, all of the individual exist in the small location, in the neighborhood, and it causes a local minimum. It causes the problem of local minimum. Parent selection. Parent selection is a mechanism to select two parents and then combine them to provide children. There are many types of parent selection that all of them select parent randomly and by fitness, both of them. stochastic or randomly select, and selection by fitness. The better fitness, the more chance to select for parent selection. As it is mentioned, the high quality solution more likely to be parents than low quality, but not guarantee. It is a random. So sometimes uh, uh, the worst individual may select, but with lowest chance. It have a stochastic or random behavior of parent selection. Uh, when we select two parents, uh, these two parents combine to each other. It is crossover. Crossover combine or recombination of parents. In this page, it refers we may select, for example, more than three parents and recombine them. But the analysts and scientists prove that it don't provide good result. And in nature, we don't have this combination of more than two parents. Only two parents uh, recombine or cross over to produce new generation. And the mutation is a one arity, or each time one of individual is select and the gene is changed randomly. Mutation, as I said, the mutation is a jumping in the gene value. Each gene may change by chance or randomly or stochastic, but with very low probability. It is called mutation. For example, in binary, 0 may change to 1, or 1 may change to 0. Uh, but for example, integer, 1 may change to 2, or 5 may change to 6, or for real value 1.7 may change to 1.5. Mutation is important because it produces a new value for a gene or genetic material. It produces a genetic material. Recombination, as it referred here, is crossover. It is a combined two parts, for example, of parents, some gene of parents, first parents, and some gene of second parents produce children. A children with some gene of first parent and some gene of second parent. It is a recombination or crossover. Survivor selection, it is a replacement, or it is a method to select from children and parents new population for the next generation. It is a collection of parents and offspring. The better fitness of offspring or parents, the more probability to select for the next generation. It is a fitness based, or it may be a age based. In the nature, it is age based because the older person dead and the younger survive for the next generation. But in the EA, in the computer EA, it may is based on fitness or based on age. Sometimes it is based on fitness. Sometimes it is elitism. Elitism is the select best or the highest fitness individual for this next generation. And the last part is the initialization and termination. Initialization is a method to initialize or to produce the first population. Sometimes it is done by random or select a seed. For example, if we have some individual, such as here, it says 3 seed or 3 group of dense population. It is seed. We select from the seed, or it is maybe a selection of random. Termination, when the EA reach to end. For example, when the fitness function execute, for example, thousands times, or when the loop repeat for the a specific number, maximum allow of generation. For example, we reach to 1000 loop or 1000 generation, and sometimes the diversity reach to minimum level, or sometimes the fitness function don't improve, and it is remain fixed, or sometimes it down, it decrease. It is some of a condition of a termination. It is a summary about the EA. In the next section, we explain about some classic problems such as 8-queen problem and knapsack problem.